Hello and welcome back to Double A Sports. I'm your host, Aiden Hammond.
And I'm Aditya.
And we had some stuff to do the last
Ex-
couple weeks.
Extended hiatus.
Extended hiatus. We're going to try to be more consistent, but we both, work full time.
We
Uh,
also had a hell of a hollow weekend. I mean,
we also,
we were gonna
yes.
record and then it just didn't happen because we went to a Playboy Cardi concert and a Lil Tecca concert, and then I went to the
Yep.
bars like the very next day for a Halloween party, and then during the week we're
It's
both
been,
very busy and it's just the whole
yep.
thing. And I had to travel for work. I had to do night shifts, so that makes it hard to record because
Yeah,
I'm
bro had to do night shifts in Tulsa.
yeah, which makes it hard to record because I work from 6 p.m. to 6:30 ish, 7 ish a.m. and then I just
Yeah,
want to like
6, 7.
sleep. Yeah, 6 to 7, and I just want to sleep. So but hopefully over the next few weeks we can not go missing for extended periods of time.
Yep. So we're just gonna hop right into a little bit of standings talk.
Yeah.
Um, I know that we kind of had a little bit of pregame discussion about this one. Do we just kind of want to go chronological order, East and West, talk about what we're
Yeah.
thinking, who we're surprised by, who we're not surprised by?
Let's do it.
All right.
I think we both the first team is one that we both want to talk about a lot, which is the Detroit Pistons. Detroit basketball, if you will.
Detroit motherfucking basketball, baby. They are so fun. I watched a game. I watched a Pistons game the other night where they were missing like six major players.
Yeah.
Like
And
Thompson
they
was
still
out,
are.
Cunningham was out, Duran was out, and they won.
At the
And
time of this recording, the Pistons are beating the Pacers by 10 points without Tobias Harris, Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Asar Thompson, Marcus Sasser, and Bobby Clintman.
yeah, like I
They're
mean,
they're
the Pacers
being
might be the worst team in basketball, but
yeah, well,
still, like I think that this Pistons team is so deep. What was that game? I think it was the Bulls game, maybe. Um, where it was like the it was like, oh yeah, it was the game where Paul Reed had 28. That's
28
what it
and
was.
13.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had 28 and 13. Like this team is just so deep.
They had
Um,
Dennis Jenkins, like he's been hooping the last few games. He's over the last 4 games. He had 24 points, 8 boards, 4 steals, 18 points, 4 boards, 12 assists, 19 points, 3 boards, 8 assists, 17 points. And tonight so far, game's not over. He has 17 points, 1 rebound and 6 assists.
yep. Like I am so certain about this Detroit team that I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction. I think that they're this year's Pacers, and I want it on the record now.
Yeah,
Um,
book it. I mean, dude,
I
Duncan Robinson is shooting 43% from 3. Jalen Duren looks
right.
like a goddamn all-star. He's averaging like 20 and 15 or something crazy. Like,
Right, like they fit the mold of what the Pacers were last year, which was basically like, hey, we're gonna, get into the playoffs. We're not gonna have a guy that's like, by the time the playoffs were over, I think he was, but Tyrese Halliburton was really in the conversation as a top 10 player before the playoffs started.
no, he was voted as the
And
most overrated player in basketball before
right,
the
and the
playoffs started.
Pacers, I think, were seen as a team that were very well spread out. And I think the Pistons are a little bit different because I think Cade Cunningham, the perception of him amongst fan is a little bit different than Tyrese Halliburton this time last year. Um, but what I see with the Pistons is a deep team with a lot of young players that can run, they can spread the floor. They have so many different skill sets offensively. Um, they like I sometimes forget they have Tobias Harris because it's like he'll
Well, he
come
hasn't
into a
played in a
game,
while.
right. um but like he'll come into a game, or like Holland will come into a game and I'll be like, shit, I forgot they had him. Like,
Yeah.
they just
Well,
have
and
so many dudes, and it's very, kind of reminiscent of what the Pacers were last year, where it was like, they like even, you got down to like Ben Shepherd, who was like the 10th man, and it was like, yeah, he can get hot for three threes.
yeah. Well, even like last year in the playoffs, like against the Knicks, like there was several like Tobias Harris was one of their best players. Like he was playing a very good series against the
Yep.
Knicks. And like during the regular season, one he's hurt, but also like you're not expecting Tobias Harris to be an all-star. But come playoff time, he's one of your most experienced veterans. He's gonna go out there and he's gonna do his thing. Like, I mean, Kate Cunningham's been playing out of his mind, but like, you know, playoffs
Right.
is a
Well, I
different game.
think Tobias on a, slightly smaller scale because he's older and at this point, and I think has a diminished skill set in comparison. But he's kind of their Pascal, where it's like,
Yeah,
this is a dude that has been on team, like, he's only ever played for the, Pistons, Clippers, and 76ers, and the Magic, right? He was on the Magic for a minute.
yeah. Was he
Um,
was he ever a Buck,
I don't
or was
think
that?
so.
Am I thinking of someone else?
I think you're thinking of someone else.
Hmm.
But he's played on teams that have played in tough playoff series.
He
It's not
started on the
quite the
Bucks, so
Tobias
he
Harris.
yeah. So his first season was with the Bucks, and then halfway through year two,
Oh,
he was traded to Orlando. Then he was in Orlando, then Detroit, then the Clippers, then Philly, and now back to Detroit.
okay. That makes more sense. I thought you were saying he was on the Bucks like recently,
Oh
and I
no, no,
was
no.
like, I
Very
don't
early.
remember him ever being on a Giannis Bucks team. No, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
But I guess that's a lot of words to say. He's sort of like Pascal, where he's a vet that's been on a lot of teams that have been in at least tough playoff series. Hasn't not quite the championship pedigree, I think, of Pascal, but certainly been on some teams that have gotten on some deep runs,
Mm-hmm.
or played teams that have gotten on some deep runs.
Yeah.
I'm specifically thinking of some of those Philly years. Uh, but yeah, the Pistons are very deep. I think they have an excellent engine in Cade Cunningham. I think that they are very scary to see. Like I would be. They're the only team I think in the Eastern Conference this year that could come out and I'd be like, they pose a legit threat against Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Because they, like the Pacers last year, go 10 deep.
Yep.
And they can do it pretty easily. Every guy on that team can execute that offense well, no matter who's on the floor, which is important because, like, you like obviously the Cade Cunningham off minutes are going to be worse and less efficient, and the pace is going to be worse. But you don't want the offense to completely fall off a cliff when he's not on the floor.
Yeah.
And that's like I have not been seeing a lot of that out of this team this year.
No.
They've
And their
like he's missed some
defense is
time already.
incredible. Like they're the only so like the Thunder have been like kind of far and away the best defense in the league, from like defensive rating and like opponent points per game and stuff. Like so the Thunder currently their opponent's point per game average is 106.2. The Nuggets are second at
Which is fucking crazy.
111.3, so 5 points per game higher. And then the Pistons and Spurs both have a 112.2. So like they're all right there. Like and that's by the way, like Asar Thompson's been hurt for a few games, and he's when healthy one of the best perimeter defenders in basketball. Like
Right.
so.
Well, and that was the difference for the Pacers between 2024 and 2025 was the defense. Like
Yeah.
it improved dramatically, and so did the team.
Yeah. So
Uh,
yeah, the Pistons are awesome. They should again. Obviously, like injuries happen, they're unpredictable. But assuming everyone's healthy going to the playoffs, which we obviously hope, they should be. Or at least they are my favorites to come out of the East, pretty
Yep.
handedly.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
All right, what's the next team on your list?
I want to talk about Atlanta a little bit. Mr. Trae Young has missed some time this year.
Yes, he has an MCL sprain. And
The Atlanta Hawks are the 4 seed in the Eastern
yeah,
Conference.
the Atlanta Hawks have. Let me do some math real quick here. Trae Young has missed 9 games, right? So keep
The
that in
Hawks
mind.
are 8-2 in their last 10.
And, yeah. So they've won 5 in a row. Uh, and I think, yeah, they lost to the Cavs, who are a great team. That's a team you're not upset that you lost to. And then they lost to the Raptors, who, that's you're gonna lose games like that sometimes.
Yeah.
But they have looked very, very good as a Jalen Johnson led team so
Yeah.
far this year. And I like that goes back to like we had this discussion and like probably what was our first episode of our return or whatever. Like I question the ceiling of a Trae Young led team, and like this kind of just vindicates me. Like they are better.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
better without him. Like
Yeah. Like I admittedly was kind of like, I think they're going to be good because they have Trae Young in the right pieces, but like no, it's just the pieces right now and they're good. Like
yeah,
I don't know if I really want to add Trae Young back into that
no,
at this
no.
point. Like and I don't this is maybe something we table for the trade corner. Um but I certainly don't think that Trae Young is without value on the open market. Like if they can get something for him, they could really like, they might be looking at like a baby Thunder sort of thing where they have all these great young players and then they get, a bunch of assets for Trae Young.
Absolutely. And the thing is, I mean, they have like Dyson Daniels has been playing really good. Nikhil Alexander Walker has been playing phenomenally this season. Like they
Yep,
have the
one of the
guard
maybe
depth.
the best free agency pickup like of
Yeah,
the cycle
it's
with
looking that
the
way.
money they put down for him and the impact he's given them.
Yeah.
Like
So
he should
like,
fire his agent.
did he sign? Was it? Did he signed a 1 year?
it,
Hopefully.
I thought it was like a 468.
Oh, wait. I'll pull it up real quick. Um.
Yeah, 4 year 62.
Oh, then yeah. That is such
Yeah,
a good contract. Oh
yeah,
my
that's
god.
that is the best signing of this last free agency cycle. I would put money on that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, so then
that
there's
is
literally no
a
harm.
great move.
The value you can get for Trae Young right now, like that, you're getting at least one good rotational player and several
Yep.
future draft picks.
I think Orlando looks at Trae Young becoming available and is like, "Fuck! God damn it!" Like that is the worst thing that could have happened with
Yeah,
how Baines looked and what
the
they like.
team in general.
They could have easily like sent those four first round picks to Atlanta for Trae Young and gotten him. I
Yeah,
think at least right now, like if they had kept their chips for a little bit. Ugh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's
Uh,
who I'm thinking about right now.
they they need it. They're 7-7. Uh, their offense is just the Magic, by the way, not the Hawks. But their
Yeah,
offense has just been like absolutely abysmal. Like it's
yeah. I don't know where they go from here because like with I should have been a little bit more discerning, I think, with my standings prediction because I kind like looking back on it, I kind of think it was common sense that the offense would take a minute to meld, just because of you trade 4 first round picks for a Desmond Bain. Desmond Bain is not like an offensive engine. Like that's a dude that you kick out to, or
ah,
that like
that's a hard
maybe
one because
like
I
like he does generate offense for himself, but he's certainly not a guy that I want, a 30% usage rate or a 25% usage rate.
no, but it's hard. I feel like he's one of those guys that it's hard because like in the times where John Morant was out, like the offense was running through him and it looked
Right.
good. But then obviously
It
like
did.
that wasn't you're not getting a full season sample size and it's a very different coaching scheme and everything. So like it's hard to tell obviously, but like I don't.
Right.
I don't know. I don't. I like. I mean, obviously, I liked it in theory. I had the Magic being like the 2 seed in my standings going into this
Yeah,
season.
I had him as the
but
3, I
like,
think.
yeah, but like, yeah, I don't know. I think they just maybe need a little more time, and it doesn't help that now Paulo's out with a groin strain or something, so that doesn't help. But
Yeah, they're my team that, like, I would be least surprised to look up in February and see them as the 4 seed or whatever. That's like,
yeah, they just
not
turned it around.
that's
went on a win
struggling right
streak.
now.
Yeah.
Like, I think, not to keep bringing up the 2025 Pacers, but I kind of have to. They were 15-15 to start the season. So,
well, they also went into. I mean, they were what? They were the 5 seed, 6.
4 because we had against Milwaukee.
But they played. I thought the 5 seed plays the 1 seed round 2. Right?
The 1 plays the 8,
Yep.
and they play the winner of the 4-5.
Oh.
And we played Cleveland in the second round, who was
Yeah.
the 1. And then
Yep.
we played
Okay.
New York, who was like the 3, I want to say.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have home court advantage again after first round.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so the Hawks are looking really good. The next team, I wanted to bring up kind of on the negative side, I guess, the Pacers. We've been talking about them, last season's Pacers team a lot because there's not a whole lot that we would like to talk about with this year's Pacers team, but unfortunately we have to. They are 1-12.
Spent $200K. They should be the Frost Rainbow Face.
They are 1-12. They have the worst offense in the NBA, and they have the 3rd worst defense in the NBA. And every single person out there that said Tyrese isn't that important and they can win games without him, eat shit.
Fuck you!
Fuck you,
Jeff! Fuck you! Look at this. I think everybody, like, I don't know if you've seen this movie, Aditya, but there's this scene in A Clockwork Orange where they're trying to brainwash this, like, criminal youth, and they're, like, pry his eyes open and, like, show him videos thing. I don't know. And that's what I think people who said Tyrese Halliburton is not an incredible offensive engine should have to do. They should have to watch this Pacers team without Tyrese Halliburton and be like, "Oh yeah, this sucks.
Yeah, this is
horrible."
This is how bad it. So like the thing is, I already knew going into the season that the Pacers weren't going to be great. I think I had them as like the 10 seed or something in the standings. I knew it was going to be a rough season, especially coming off the finals and what could have been. But like, I'd like to think. Obviously, I'm a big Pacers fan, but like, I'd like to think that I can view basketball objectively and still enjoy the game, even if my team's not great. But like watching how bad the Pacers have been this year, I'm bummed out a little bit when I watch basketball this season. Like it's been tough, and like the only thing keeping me going, because one, we bought League Pass, so I don't want to waste my money. But 2 is that we had traded for our draft pick in the finals, and the Pelicans gave it to us, so we should have really a good draft pick next year. And Tyrese will come back, and we're just gonna pretend this never happened. This is like our Nate Bjorkgren year. You know what I mean? Nate Bjorkgren.
I don't know who that is or who you're talking about.
Right, because that year didn't happen. So anyway, this totally standalone year that is like a terrorist attack to Pacers fans, and then it parlays into something awesome a year later.
Yeah, and that awesome thing is,
Cam Boozer.
I went to AP, spent $200K. They sold me the Frost Rainbow Face. AJ DeBansa. Or Cam Boozer. Or Darren Peterson. Or fucking Koa Pete, dude. I don't know. They could get a top 5 pick. Like, this is the draft where I'm like, even if the Pacers get fucked by the lottery, which they might, like, they could get a top 5 pick and I'd be like, all right, well, we're getting, like, a dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at with the Pacers. Let's see, any other Eastern
Yeah, they're
Conference
just awful.
standouts that we want to talk about?
Uh,
One team I want to mention, I feel bad because I admittedly haven't really watched many of their games this season because they're a team that I find it hard to care about, unfortunately. But the Toronto Raptors are 8 and
I was
5
just gonna
and
say, are you gonna
and
say Toronto?
and fifth in the Eastern Conference, and they're looking pretty good. They have you know, I think the 10th best offense, like 10th or 12th best offense, and like the 15th best defense. Like they're a very solid team, and like they have some good wins under their belt. They beat the Cavs, they beat the Hawks, they beat the Bucks. Like good playoff teams. Um,
Yeah.
they're Scotty Barnes is playing like an all-star. Brandon Ingram's doing Brandon Ingram things. Like this is a team that coming into the season I was like they're going to be a disaster and look like a chicken with its head cut off, but like they have actually looked pretty decent. Um, I
Yep.
say that I've watched like probably 2 games this season, so I can't act like an expert on them. But like like seeing this makes me want to like, hey, maybe I should tune into Raptors games, see what this is all about, because I'm surprised personally.
Yeah, I also have kind of missed out on the Raptors a lot this year. I've been watching a lot of the 10-10-30 slate, so most of the West Coast teams,
Yeah,
because I just have a weird job right. But yeah, Toronto's in the mix for me with Milwaukee and Cleveland, where I'm like, I kind of needed to watch them more, kind of see what they're about in the
yeah,
East. Because like I've seen a lot of the Nuggets, I've seen a lot of the Rockets, I've
yep,
seen a lot of the Lakers and the Spurs and the Warriors and the Suns and the Blazers,
yep,
but I'm missing out on the Eastern Conference to fix that.
yeah. So shout out the Raptors. We're sorry. We'll do better. Got any other Eastern Conference teams you want to bring up?
Um, maybe just give a small shout out to the Hornets,
What now?
who I
What
think
for?
being interesting and fun in a way that I think signals potential good things in the future more than the interesting and fun way that they've been good in the past has. And what I mean by that is they now have Colin Knippel is a guy that has walked into the league and is already like putting up 30 points as a first option player. And I think when you combine that with LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller, yet to play much this year,
Yeah,
I I I'm I think I'm interested in Charlotte. I don't know if I'm buying stock,
sure.
but I think that Con Knippel is another sort of like kind of when Brandon Miller came in, where it was like, oh, they got a draft, and like they are getting some dudes around LaMelo now, taking a lot of time, and I am not sure if LaMelo is a dude that you surround with dudes, if that makes sense. Um, but you should at least try because he showcased enough, I think, good play in his first couple years without anybody around to maybe be like, let's invest some draft capital and some pieces around him.
Yeah,
Um, and I think that with Knippel playing as well as he has this year, they're 4-9. They're not very good, but they have, I think, looked interesting at times with Knippel. Kind of running the show while LaMelo and Miller are out. Um, but I don't know. I wanted to bring them up because they had that big win last week against Milwaukee, and Knippel had like 30 in the off jumper,
yeah.
which was nasty. Um, so
I
yeah, I want to give a slight shout out to Charlotte because they've been on my radar a little bit more than I thought they would be.
I
with
admittedly
LaMelo
have
and
not
Brandon Miller
watched
out.
a single. I think I watched their first game of the season, and that's it. Because I tried to watch most teams' first game of the season if I could.
Yep.
But that is it. I have not tuned into the Hornets since then. You know what really sucks, though? Actually, I do want to bring up this. The
Yeah.
Chicago Bulls have lost 5 in a row, and that's a real bummer because they were 6-1 at one point,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Damn, the Bulls are going to be so fun and good." And
They
you
were
know,
awesome when we were in Chicago 2 weeks ago.
yeah, they were killing it, and we were like, "This is
Yeah.
it." They've the Gidsters figured it out. Kobe White's
Yeah.
playing well. Matas has
The
looked good,
Giddler.
and then they lost in double OT to the Jazz.
Yeah.
And that sucks. And they've lost against they lost to the Pistons, Spurs, and Cavs. So it's not like they've had bad losses necessarily, but I don't know. I thought they'd be a really fun, good team to watch, and it's sad. It's sad watching this happen right in front of our eyes.
I'm gonna put a little bit more milk in your glass. You know what I'm saying?
Milk me.
Like make it half full.
Yeah.
Um, I think that the Bulls are a team that is comprised pretty much entirely of dudes that are under 25. At least most of their good players, Desumu,
Not
uh,
Vucci, man.
the Giddler, Buzelis. Yeah, Vucci Mane is the exception, but
And I think
they
Kobe White's 27 now, isn't he?
Oh God, yeah, he might be 27. But Patrick Williams is still pretty young.
He sucks, though. That's the problem with Patrick Williams.
Yeah, well,
okay,
that's
Kobe
true.
White. Kobe White turns 26 in February, so
Okay, yeah.
he's not that old.
So they're a team that is comprised, especially the core is comprised of dudes that have not been on winning basketball teams. Even Vooch hasn't really been on a lot of winning basketball. And I think that at this point in the season, still early enough where the team's kind of gelling. I think Buzelis
He's
has
looked really good this year.
He has looked
his
really
growth
good.
has been very impressive to me.
And when a player takes a step up like that,
but I did kind of predict it. So
yeah. Well, and when a player takes a step up like that, it can be a little difficult to adjust the offense around that. And I think that that's some of the issues they're having is they need to get him the ball more, and they're not. And Giddy's been great. But I
Josh
I just
Giddey's
don't
shooting 37% from 3 on almost 5 attempts a game.
Yes.
That's
he's
crazy.
Been spectacular.
For somebody that was laughed off the court when it comes to 3-pointers,
yes. He is what everybody was hoping Ben Simmons would, when it was oh dude, your shooting is embarrassing, and he got in the lab and he but I don't know if he what is he, a top 30 player right now?
This year, Josh Giddey's making it. Especially in the East with how lacking guard depth is, he is making an all-star case right now.
Yeah.
He's let me pull up his numbers.
So top 30,
quick.
right?
Josh Giddey, yeah, definitely.
Ish.
Josh Giddey this season is averaging 22 points, 10 boards, 10 assists, and a steal in 35 minutes a game. 35 minutes a game, shooting 46, 37, 77 splits.
Yeah.
That's incredible for Josh Giddey. 22, 10, and 10. That's insane.
What we thought he was going to be when he left Oklahoma City, where it was yeah, this is oh yeah, the Thunder won that trade and I still think that they did because they got Caruso and he was a crucial piece on a championship team and the last puzzle piece for them to succeed.
And Josh Giddey's tenure in OKC was kind of coming to an end there, I think.
Absolutely.
That him and Shea backcourt was kind of done.
Oh, yeah. But I think at this point, you can look at it and be like, Chicago didn't get fleeced. They got a good player out of it.
Absolutely not, yeah.
And, for the return they gave up, now, obviously, context considered, you understand why it was such a small return. But, you get an all-star level guy, a dude you can build, a playoff team around for one player, that's rare.
Yeah. And one player who, like, Alex Caruso is a ceiling raiser more than anything. So, like, for a
Yeah,
team
he is
that
a
wasn't going to
yeah.
do anything anyway, he's just rotting.
Exactly. Yeah, it was like, oh, he's raising the ceiling from 30 to 30, which, if anything, makes them worse in the long run.
Yeah, right. And also, Josh Giddey's only 23. Like, he can, assuming the Bulls don't mismanage him, which is a tough ask. They
Yeah.
have him for a long time. He signed through the 28-29 season, making $25 million a year. Like that's pretty
Yeah.
that's damn good for an all-star caliber guard.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that they will be. I think they may not be great this year. But I do think it's a little early to be like, oh, the Bulls.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
We heading out west.
Yeah, let's head out west.
All right, Western Conference. That's my conference. My stomping grounds. Um, let's just start at the top, dude. The Oklahoma City Thunder might break the wins record this year.
Dude, they're 13-1. They have hands down, like not even close, the best defense in the league. I think I don't have the numbers in front of me, but if
Well,
you
you pulled
told
them up
me,
earlier. It was like there's a what 5 point separation between them and the Nuggets too.
yeah, in opposing points per game, yeah. I guess I
Yeah.
meant I don't have the historical numbers with me, but if you told me right now that this Oklahoma City Thunder team has like the best defense statistically since like I don't know.
Well, I think if you do adjusted for era per 36, like they might be in there with the 86 Celtics, like
Yeah,
the
like
96 Bulls,
if
like
you
some
told
of
me
the
this is
best
the
defensive
best
teams
defense
ever.
the NBA has seen in the last like 10 to 15 years, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Like they're
Yeah.
playing out of their minds. And then their offense is just as good without J-Dub, by the way. He has not played yet this
Yeah.
season. And
In
Shea,
my opinion, second best player
yeah.
has not played basketball.
And
Like,
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's just like not playing fourth quarters. Like he's
yeah,
averaging
no,
like
he's
32 points, I don't know, like 6 and 6 or whatever, and he's just not playing fourth quarters. Like
the
it's
Thunder are
insane.
so the Thunder are so good that their star player is getting like rotationally treated like a Heisman level college. Like it is rare that NBA just don't play the fourth quarter ever.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy, and they're kicking the shit out of teams to the point where Shea just consistently does not have to play fourth quarters, and it might be the difference between him like winning MVP and not.
Yeah. Right. Well,
Um,
but like the thing is, it doesn't even matter because you have AJ Mitchell coming off the bench and he's averaging like
yeah.
18 or whatever. Kaysen Wallace is still damn good. Aaron Wiggins, who has missed
Oh
some
my
time, but
god,
he's shooting
dude.
40% from three as well. Again, like he's been out of this world. Like, and the thing is, like you can look at their weak spots, right? You can say like, oh, like Lou Dort offensively has been pretty bad. Caruso's been underwhelming, but like it doesn't matter, is the thing. Like
Yeah,
because
like
everybody
who
else is
cares if
playing
Alex
well,
Caruso is like underwhelming? Like, do you mean offensively or just over?
just in general. I mean, defensively
Like
he's
they're,
going to do his thing anyway, but like I guess
they're
for his standards, right?
like he's not an essential part of that offense. He doesn't have to be.
No.
Like
I guess that's coming more so from like he
they're
went from
up.
putting up 20 points in a finals game to
Oh
putting up
yeah,
like 5 points per
true.
game or whatever. But like my point is they're off like Shea, AJ Mitchell, and Chet, and their depth is still crazy. Like Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe and like all these guys, but they're doing this all without J Dub. Like,
They're up 38 points on the Pelicans with 3 minutes to go in the third. As
and
we're
Shea's
recording
not
this.
going to play in the fourth quarter again.
Yeah, like as we're talking about this, they're just doing it. Like they're gonna win their 15th of 15 games tonight.
Yeah.
And guess what? Like if we want to transition slightly, they're gonna have a top 5 pick again. Because guess who sucks? The Los Angeles Clippers.
The goddamn Clippers.
I
Yeah.
have watched a lot of the Clippers, and what I can say
Oh,
unequivocally
by the
about
way,
them,
the Clippers have lost again. Their game ended
yeah,
like a minute ago, and they just lost to the Sixers.
the Clippers are the 2025 version of the worst built James Harden team you can imagine in his prime. Like, it is. Now they have Zubats, and like, it's very like 2016 Rockets sort of thing, where it's like pre Chris Paul. It was like James Harden running the pick and roll with Clint Capella and just like scoring 38 points a game by himself. But it's the old man version of that, where he's like, putting up 30 and 10, which is still crazy. 34 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
But
and then like all these guards that suck. like,
yeah.
that's what the Clippers are. They're James Harden, Ivica Zubats,
And the problem is too now, like,
nobody else.
the injury bug's already hitting them. Like Bradley Beal's out for a long time.
Of course
He has
it
a
is.
fracture.
Their best players
Derrick
are
Jones
Kawhi Leonard and
Jr.
James Harden.
Right? Yeah. Kawhi Leonard's
Like-
missed most of the season already. Like,
The injury bugs like on the Clippers is like one of those like ancient diseases that's like embedded in the glaciers in Antarctica, and if global warming speeds up too much, it'll free it. Like that's what's happened to the Clippers is they've caught like caveman Ebola, except it's the injury bug version of that. Like they just
like John Collins might be their third best player.
like I feel like a fucking idiot for being like, oh yeah, they're gonna be a 6 seed or like, oh my god, they are so bad, and they're going to gift the Oklahoma City Thunder Darren Peterson or Koa Pete or Cam Boozer.
dude,
Like this,
fuck.
it is going to be a shit show, and it is because Sam Presti played 4D chess in 2020 or 2019.
Yep.
He played 4D chess in 2019. He has been the best general manager in not even the sport since then. I would say like maybe across American professional sports. Like I don't think there's a better general manager in the NFL than Sam Presti at asset acquire, and it's of course a different game and a much different talent acquisition and evaluation sort of game, but you look at the Thunder and they're getting production out of AJ Mitchell, who, the 40th overall pick or something. And like they have like four, like that was
This is the
unbelievable.
the Bible speaks of.
Yeah, like that was unbelievable when the Pacers were like, oh yeah, they found Andrew Nembhard at 8 and he's like a 20-point per game scorer.
Yeah, they found Ben Shepherd.
They
in the
have like
second
4
round.
of those guys.
Yeah.
They have like 4 Andrew Nembhard. It's like, well, like they are so unbelievable at drafting. They have all the draft picks, and now they're in a position where it's like they're going to have a top 5 pick in a draft where like maybe the top 10 guys are like can't miss minimum legit rotation guy. Like that might be a slight exaggeration, but at least the top 5, dude. Like,
and the worst part is they don't need that. They
of course they
go
don't.
13 deep already.
But they can. That's the thing is they're going
And
to
they have fun. Nikola
They go get
Topic
Boozer,
hasn't played
Debanza.
because of testicular cancer, which
Well, yeah,
obviously
he's-
is intense, and we hope he gets
yeah,
better
he's
soon.
like, well, he's just had an insane run of health.
Yeah, but
2
like he
years.
hasn't played yet. That's my
Yeah.
point.
And he was like, oh yeah, this is the guy that's gonna be like, oh yeah, Chet, we good. J-Dub, we good. Like, one of you can walk if Topic plays. And he hasn't even played. And now they have, like, another potential guy where it's like, dude, if they get Debanza or Boozer or Peterson, I am so... Like, Peterson is the dude that I have watched in between, like, more in between the last recording and this recording. That dude is something else. Like, they're already guard heavy. If they add him... Like they could again, like we talked about this over the summer, where it's like, are they going to be in a position where they can trade J-Dub and just kind of reset the farm and then still compete for championships right now? And if they
have
get
a
Darren
fucking
Peterson, I think the
infinite
answer is yes.
source of first-round draft picks.
Yeah,
Because eventually, like they can't pay everybody. Eventually, AJ Mitchell's going to be up for a contract, and they're going to trade him for a first-round pick. Eventually, like because right now they have a lot of like. Cason Wallace is going to be up for a contract, and he's either going to have to take a pay cut or they're going to have to trade him.
Yep.
I don't know the contract situations off the top of my head for like Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins and stuff, but like they're going to demand a lot of money, right? And
Of
they
course,
can
yeah.
get picks
And they
for
should.
them. Yeah, of course, as they should. But like my point is, these are all guys that like if you can't, because they're gonna have, right now. Obviously, they're in cap hell because of the Shea, J Dub, and Chet
All right.
contracts. But they're gonna have to pick and choose which guys they want to keep and which guys they want to replace through the draft. But all of those guys that they eventually have to trade, you can get 2 first-round picks for each of them. Like,
Yeah, it's like what about, and it's a little. I don't love thinking about the NBA in this way because it's a little too like, you know, economics major annoying. But like the return on investment of a second round pick to get like whatever they get for AJ Mitchell, like just in terms of like pure aggregation of resources, you're looking at like exchanging 1 second round pick for who knows, like uh maybe a first, 2 firsts, like whatever AJ Mitchell's worth in 2 years.
yeah, no, it's insane. Uh, I mean there's a very like they're the team out of anybody that could three-peat.
Oh, I think it's a like I wouldn't say foregone conclusion, but I think it's a foregone conclusion that they're going to be minimum Western. Like the the NBA runs through Oklahoma City,
Yep.
and I don't see that really changing. Like I know we just talked about like Detroit's maybe a threat, but like Detroit's only a threat because they're built like Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
The Pacers were only a threat last year because they were kind of built like Oklahoma City, and they were able to take them to 7. That's the recipe. Is if you could go 10 deep, you might be able to beat the Thunder. But how many fucking teams can go 10 deep? Like it's
Yeah.
the
I
Pistons
think
right
we've
now.
been seeing that. I think over the last few years, like the big three,
Yeah.
no bench style of roster construction has kind of fallen out of trend. A lot of teams are going towards the power of friendship now, which I guess I can use as a segue to another team that I really wanted to talk about today. The Phoenix Suns are shocking right now. They let me pull up the standings real quick. The Phoenix Suns are 8-6, which is currently 8th in the Western Conference. So it's not like they're like a playoff lock. But they have been doing this. I mean, Jalen Green is out. Grayson Allen's been kind of dealing with some injury stuff. Like Devin Booker has been just playing Devin Booker ball, and everyone else around him has just kind of stepped up. Like Dylan Brooks is averaging 20.
Yeah, they are like again, they are another team that I think is built kind of deep. Like they don't have a lot of. They've got a bunch of like 78 over. Like it's kind of like what I said about the Raptors, but it's like the difference between them and the Raptors is they've got 196 over, and that's Stephen.
Yeah.
And when you put, like Dylan Brooks has this reputation as a guy that sucks. Like he's kind of the modern day JaVale McGee, where he's been in so many situations that are adjacent to clownery that it's kind of hard to take him seriously as an NBA player.
I think
like,
last
this dude
year
is now
changed that
signed.
perception though. I think his time
Well,
with the
the
Rockets
signing
helped.
$100 million contract was the thing that really did it. I people, but I think there's still kind of a general thing that it's like he's not perceived as good as he is, and
1,000%. Yeah.
I think that when like Jalen Green has looked pretty good this year.
Yeah. Well, when he's played, but yeah,
right.
I get
he's played sparingly, but like when he has played, he has looked good, and that was a guy that was totally written off. So yeah, I think the Suns are the Western Conference team that I have not watched as much of, but I've still watched them a decent amount because they're like another 9 o'clock slate, 10 o'clock, 10:30 slate team. But yeah, they're on my kind of like you need to watch them a little more because they're better than
And
you
like they're
thought.
not a team that's gonna like they're not competing for a championship by any means, but they were a team that I had completely written off as like I think they were my 14 seed in my preseason predictions, and like
the
they're in the play-in right now. Like
the Suns and the Clippers are kind of in the same spot right now, and I guess the Bucks, where it's like you need to be good because it is embarrassing if you're bad because you don't have your pick.
yeah, for
You
the
if
foreseeable future.
For the foreseeable future, you need to be good because you are not getting any talent in, and it is less embarrassing for your pick that you don't have to be 20th overall than in the lottery every year.
Yeah,
Because then every single year at the lottery, you're like, oh, do we have our pick this year? Nope. Like the Nets just got done going through that for like a decade, and like they still like they're in a weird spot because they've acquired picks, but they're not really theirs. A lot of
right.
like they still have picks all over the place from like the Booker Harden sort of or the Durant Harden uh
Kyrie.
messes, Kyrie mess, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Um but the Suns are kind of the one team. The Suns and the Bucks are the teams that it's like clock's ticking, obviously, because of the whole no picks thing. But as long as you're holding out and being good, you have no picks. It's like, all right, well, how much can we really make fun of you?
Yeah. All right. You got another Western Conference team you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to talk about the L.A. Lakers.
Let's hear it.
Let's go across town from the Clippers. Um, I think that this team is not only better than I thought they'd be. I don't think that they should risk fucking up the chemistry by adding LeBron. And I know they're going to, and it doesn't matter. But I am not a fan of adding another playmaker and maybe he starts playing some old man ball, I guess, and he kind of has been the last couple of years, but I don't see LeBron as a third option right now. Like I see him as a second option ball distributor. But I
Yeah.
think for the Lakers to be as good as like maintain the level of play they've had, he's got to be the number 3 behind Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic.
Yep.
And I don't know how ready he is to do that.
Yeah, well, that's a tough one too because, like, I feel like personally I can't trust a single report about the Lakers because it
Yep.
does like none of it means anything. Because there will be a report about how like LeBron hates Luka Doncic and wants him to die, and then you see the Lakers, sideline and he's fine. And him
LeBron
and
and Luka kissing on the bench.
yeah, like but I agree. Like, Luka's been playing. I mean, he's been playing absolutely out of this world. He's doing exactly what Luka Doncic does. Um,
Yep.
Austin Reeves has been playing out of his mind. He's averaging like 25 or 28 or something crazy.
Yep.
I think. Let me just pull it up because I can. Yeah, Austin Reeves is averaging 28 points, 8 assists, shooting 48% from the field. Like he's playing really well. DeAndre Ayton has been surprising, and the only reason I know DeAndre Ayton's been surprising is one because I watch the games, but also because I have him in fantasy, and he has been a dog because he's
Yep.
averaging 16 and 8, and like he's rejuvenated, which Luka does that, right? Like Luka makes his bigs really good, but like the Lakers have a decent team here. Like Jake LaRavia's been good, Rui's been good, Marcus Smart's been decent. Dalton Connect hasn't looked like the negative asset everyone thought he was going to be coming into the season. Like
Yeah.
these guys, they're all decent, and like I think, I mean, I get what you're saying about LeBron coming back and maybe messing up the vibe of this team, but like if he is willing to be the third option, which is yet to be seen because I don't know. But like he could be a damn good third option.
Oh,
Like
absolute. Like that's the worst part for me is I'm like this team might win the West or win or I don't know.
Probably not win the
I don't know
West.
about winning the West.
But they could make the conference
This team might
finals.
go to the Western Conference Finals
Yeah.
if LeBron James embraces the number 3. I just don't know if he does that at this
Right.
point, because he didn't really do it last year when Luka was there. It was like, oh, okay, let's give the reins over to Luka, and then it was,
Yeah. But then also, like, if you're the Lakers, like, is there a market for LeBron? Like, do you trade him if he's like actually being that much of a negative asset to the team? Which it's insane that I'm saying this about LeBron James. I never thought the day would come, but like,
right.
it's something to think about, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, like, what is the, yeah, like, where do they send him?
I don't know. I guess
Like, and what does a like trade package for LeBron look like? Because it's like,
the
well,
thing
what are you
is,
getting?
you're trading him for the remainder of this, or you're trading for him for the remainder of this season. So it can't be more than like a rotational piece or two, right? Because if you're any competing team, well, I'm not trading multiple
Like, what if-
first round picks or multiple valuable players on my team for this guy for 50 games. And he might not even play. He might just fucking retire if they trade him anyway.
Like, what if Oklahoma City is just like, here's 2 future first round picks in 2031 and 2032. We'd like LeBron
Matter
James,
of fact,
please.
take Ousmane Dieng too.
Yeah, fuck it. We don't even need him. Like, we'd like LeBron James, please. One LeBron.
One LeBron James, please.
How fast does Rob Pelinka say yes to?
That's an interesting one. Because it's hard to know that relationship.
Because if you're just going for the end of this year, like,
Yeah.
dude, can you imagine LeBron bench unit of the like, oh yeah, Shea, Chet, and J-Dub all come off the floor, and LeBron James with the fellas off the bench. Like, that's
like
nuts.
that. You remember the RDC World sketch about the U.S. Olympic team? Where they're like, okay,
Yeah.
well, guys, all we got to do, we're going to play super hard, and once their starters come out and their bench goes in, that's when we take over the game. Who's on that bench anyway? It's like, they got
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards, Bam Adebayo, Jason Tatum, or not Jason Tatum because he didn't play, but like whatever. And it's like, that's what this team is. Oh, good. Shea's out, J-Dub's out, Chet's out. This is our time. We can go in there. Oh, who's coming in? AJ Mitchell. Alex Caruso, LeBron James. That's funny, but I don't know. Yeah, that's I don't know. Yeah, the LeBron. That's going to be a weird thing. But like,
it's just like, oh shit, we're out of bullets. Well, I guess we have this grenade back here that we could use.
Yeah,
like, that would be such a ridiculous team, and I think that it would be a good move for both sides, where it's like, the Lakers get more pieces. I think 2031 and 2032 are probably a little too far out. I think the Thunder could afford to give up a 2026 and 27 or something, especially if it's their own pick. But yeah, I think that, back to the Lakers full instead of this hypothetical scenario where LeBron James plays the greatest 25 minutes per game that anybody's ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm thinking about that team. That would be so fucking awesome, dude. I think that the Lakers are in a good spot. And, the donk has looked spectacular. And I think that, we were kind of talking about it going into the season with the Lakers. Like, this is not a super well-built Luka team. And that was kind of the narrative, at least I was thinking. And I kind of think that I underrated, the kind of player Rui Hachimura would be with Luka Doncic. The kind of player DeAndre Ayton would be with Luka Doncic. Because, like, we forget DeAndre Ayton was like a 20-8 guy when he was playing with Chris Paul. Or like an 18-8 guy. Like, that is the player he is when he has somebody that can, set him up and, basically think for him. Like, he needs guard play to be good offensively, and he's getting it right from Luka and Reeves.
Yeah.
And Rui Hachimura is a dude that I think he kind of got super overrated when he got to the Lakers. Lakers fans were kind of do that with their guys, and then he got super underrated because Lakers fans also do that with their guys. But now I think I'm at a point where, like, dude, Rui Hachimura is like a very good a very good weapon to have in the offensive game. Like,
Oh,
he can
absolutely.
give you good slashing. He can shoot a little bit. He can get in the paint and kind of bang. Like, he's not a small dude. He's like 6'9", 225 or 230. Like, he's big. Um, so I don't know. I think I'm in on the Lakers. I don't think that this is fake through 15 games or whatever. Like, they have looked quite good, and I think they are quite good. I think that it's a little bit top heavy for sure. But if LeBron comes back and embraces the 3 role, I think this team could get really scary.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I guess on the topic of Luka Doncic, another very funny team I want to talk about is the Dallas Mavericks. Um, they're bad. Nico Harrison has been canned, and at the time of this
Yeah,
recording, they are losing to the Timberwolves by 30.
that might have been the biggest news that we have not talked about, is
Yes.
the Harrison firing. You want to cover that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean it's basically it, right? Like they're done with him. He's out. He this team is it's exactly what I thought they were going to be, which is Anthony Davis missing extended time with an injury as he does.
Yep.
A Kyrie Irving still being out for the season, and you don't have the all-world playmaker that made everybody else look so good, and now you have a rookie trying to hold everything together with duct tape. And Cooper Flag's been good. I think he's not looked as good as he is because of his situation, which is
Yeah.
being put in as the starting point guard of a garbage team to start your NBA career. But like, you know, I don't know. This it's I feel so I feel so bad for Mavericks fans. Like, this is crazy. Like, if I had to live through this as a Pacers fan, I would consider like retiring from watching basketball. Like, this
Yeah, I
is a
mean,
terrorist attack on your organization.
it's like 5-year outlook for the Mavs. Best case scenario, they live through the early Luka years again, which kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Like, that was not like that was it was fun because, like, I'm 35, but it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna be the 10 seed again.
Yeah,
Fuck.
right. You built a championship
Like
caliber team. And that was the thing coming
like
into this season for Nico Harrison was like you got at best 2 years to win a championship. Because if
yeah.
you make the finals, that is not enough because Luca made the finals. And if you
Well, and
don't
you're
make the
like
finals, then
insisting in
it's a
every interview
downgrade.
that you upgraded in this team is more championship ready, and your
Yes.
40 chess master plan is all working out.
Yeah, and you aged your team by seven years, right? Because AD's like in
Yeah.
his mid 30s and Luka Doncic was 26, 25, whatever he is. Like, it's it's one of those things that, like, Nico Harris, like, first of all, it should have never gotten to the point where Luka Doncic was traded because the owners, I believe,
Yeah.
have the power to say no. But the DuPont family is not a basketball family; they're casino guys and they don't know anything. But like,
Yeah.
so I watched I think it was Rusty Buckets. Shout out Rusty Buckets, or maybe it was B Souls. But I
Shout out
watched
Rusty.
a YouTube video about like this Nico Harrison saga because, like, you know, he let Jalen Brunson walk because he didn't want to pay him.
Right.
And then he kind of redeemed himself by bringing in Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington and signing Klay Thompson and bringing in Kyrie Irving and making all these like really good trades to build this championship team. And then over the course of like a year, he just blew it up. He got rid of Luka Doncic's favorite
Yeah.
athletic trainers. He got rid of their favorite coaches on the coaching staff. He cut out Dirk Nowitzki wants nothing to do with the Mavericks because of Nico
Yeah.
Harrison. Like, he made the guardian angel of this franchise hate them because he cut him out completely. He cut Mark Cuban out, even though Mark Cuban's a minority owner. Like,
Yeah.
and now he's gone, and like it's kind of just too little, too late. Because what do you have to show for it? Because the damage has been done. Everybody has abandoned this franchise. Like
Yeah.
the Mavs, I saw a thing like maybe it was like last week or 2 weeks ago or whatever. There's a thing that like this is the first season in like 25 years the Mavs have not sold out their arena.
Yeah, they're gonna be in fun purgatory, which is like for the next couple years, the conversation around the Mavericks is gonna be like, oh, they're fun because they've got Flag, and they're probably gonna get another good dude in the draft this year.
Yeah, but like
Um,
that's the problem is
but like, who cares?
nobody's
They had
ever
a
going to
finals team.
forget what they gave up to be in fun. Like
Yeah.
it's not fun purgatory because you had Luka fucking Doncic. It's just
Well,
it's
it's
just
gonna
hell.
be like, yeah, it's like, well, it's. I mean, I don't think purgatory sounds very fun. Um, but like, yeah, fun purgatory is like what the kind of bowls were in last year, where it's like, oh yeah, they're fun, but like they haven't really put anything together yet.
Yeah,
That's what the Mavericks are gonna be for like 2 or 3 years,
yeah,
unless Cooper Flag is LeBron, and I don't think he is. I think he's.
yeah. Oh, the Mavs, and yeah, so now they're 4-10, 13th in the West. About to be 4-11 because they're getting their backs blown out by the Timberwolves, and
Yeah.
it's all falling apart. And now Anthony Davis is on the trade market, so we'll be discussing that in the trade corner, which I think is going to be a separate video that we'll make this week, hopefully.
Yeah.
We're not going to abandon this for 3 weeks again.
No.
But yeah, so the Mavs are a flaming pile of shit, and it's one of those things. It sucks to talk. I don't want to talk about this more than I have to, but they are always in the news, so I feel like I have to talk about it.
Yeah, no, they're a compelling garbage fire. Like,
Yeah.
they're an 18-car pileup.
Yep. Just can't look away, but you really want
Can't
to.
look away.
Anyway, all right. Next team that you want to talk about. Do you have one or?
Yeah, I do.
You
Let's talk.
sound like you're saying that very begrudgingly.
Yeah, let's talk about the Warriors a little.
The Warriors?
Yeah, let's talk about motherfucking State.
Yeah. This.
Woo-wee. This team is a roller coaster. They're 9-6. They're
9-6 after winning their last 3 in a row, which I think is important to note.
They're 9-6. They're the 7th seed in the West. Let's kind of talk about that little 3-game win streak, because that started on the second night of a back-to-back.
No, the
first
night.
The first
no,
night
they
of the
didn't
back-to-back.
Oh wait, no, you're right. Second night of a back-to-back.
Yeah.
My bad.
Second night of a back-to-back, because on the first night of that back-to-back, they got murdered
by the Thunder.
And there was all that kind of drama in the media after the game where Butler, some guys need to get it together. It was like the classic Jimmy Butler kind of passive aggressive, not naming names, kind of naming names sort of thing. And then they rattle off 3 straight wins, and suddenly all's good in State. And I guess I gotta ask you, Aditya, is this sustainable?
No, and I'll tell you exactly why it's not sustainable. Because game 1 of their 3-game winning streak is coming off a Steph Curry 46-5-5 performance. Okay.
Yep.
Game 2 of this 3-game win streak is coming off a Steph Curry 49-4-2 performance. Game 3 of this win streak is against the Pelicans, who might be the worst team in basketball, and it's coming off a 32-point performance from Moses Moody. Nothing about this is sustainable, and the problem is it's a long season, right? Like Steph Curry's not averaging 45 for the rest of the year. Like Jimmy Butler's been good. He's done what he's supposed to do. Draymond Green has done what he's supposed to do. Moses Moody has been playing above expectations for the last few games, in Kuminga's absence. But this is if I'm looking at this team in February, March, April, I'm not surprised if they're exactly 500. Like, this is not a winning team that you've built here, and we kind of knew that going into the season. And my point still stands that this team is a Steph Curry hamstring injury away from bottoming out. Like,
Yeah.
they are just too reliant on him and, random crazy games from their role players. Like, you're not getting a Moses Moody 20 or 30 piece every single night. You're not getting a Kuminga 30 piece every night.
Yeah.
You're not like, and I think part of it comes from you kind of going into the season, you expected Pods to take a bit of a step up. You expected Kuminga to take more of a step up than he has. You're expecting Buddy Hield to be better because he's been pretty bad. You sign Al Horford as like your starting center, and he's 40. So it's just, I don't know. And the thing that bothered, I guess, on the topic of Pods, like he's been so underwhelming, and I just don't know why he gets. I feel like he gets too big of a leash. You know what I mean? I feel like he's allowed to. Yeah, like I feel like he's just kind of allowed to not play well in a way that other guys are not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that whole dynamic is kind of weird because I am not convinced he's very good, but
He's
he
fine.
certainly gets the minutes of a very good player.
Right. Well, that's the thing is if he was your seventh man or sixth man, even if your starting five was really good, I'm like, that's fine. He's not a bad player by any means, but like coming into the season, I feel like they were expecting him to be that third guy on offense, like Jordan Poole in 2022, effectively, and he just has not been. And this team is just, I hate to stroke myself, as the kids say, but they're exactly what I thought they were going to be, which is a lower tier play-in team.
That's some Indiana lingo, right?
Yeah, it's what we say in the eye.
Dude, I'm gonna nut you.
Dude, stop stroking my dick, twin.
uh,
you nutting in me, twin.
You nut. You trying to nut right now, bro?
Dude, this whole podcast is being derailed. Fuck.
No, dude, it's Indiana lingo, dude. We have to talk like this.
You straight stroking my shit with that one game.
You oozing, bro? Yo, you oozing tonight, slime?
Hey, stop creaming my dick, twin.
Stop. Quit creaming my dick, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, that's
so fucking stupid, dude.
That's my stance on the Warriors.
Yeah.
What
No,
about you?
You're not creaming anybody's dick with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure, man. I have not gotten enough sleep for this. All right. You got anything to add about the Warriors?
No, I think we covered it. They're bad, but they're also good.
They're okay.
Final. I've got some thoughts about a couple more teams in the West. The Blazers won.
Rattle them out.
They're not quite as what?
I said rattle them out.
Yeah, they're not quite as good as maybe we were on the last pod. They've dropped some games. They're a very epic 6-7. Which I noted. They play the Suns tomorrow at home, which is a game I will be tuned into 11 p.m. And yeah, they are looking like the young, incomplete team they are. And, I think on the last pod, they started off kind of hot, and we were like, maybe we need to adjust our expectations of them. Because we both kind of had them, out of the play-in.
Yeah.
Or, maybe, I think, actually, did you have them as the 10? I think I had them as the...
Yeah, I think I had them as the 10.
Yeah.
But, I will say, for one, they're the 9 seed right now. But also, they've had some bad losses. Like they lost to the Mavs yesterday, and like that's a bad
Yeah, that
loss.
one was rough.
But like you lost to the
Cooper Flag kind of
Rockets.
has his coming out party against you guys.
Yeah, but like you drop one to the Rockets, that's fine. They're a great team. You lose two really close ones to the Magic and the Heat. Like I don't hate those losses. You lose like I feel like in a lot of the games that they've lost outside of the Rockets game, it's been very competitive. And like you're still getting really good minutes out of Denny. You're still getting really good minutes out of Shaden Sharp and Jeremy Grant and like all the guys that you're expecting to play well are playing well. You're missing. I don't know. How do you? Scoot hasn't played yet this season. I don't think.
Yeah.
Uh, where? What do you think happens there?
Um, I think that he comes back eventually, and it's weird for a minute because he is a very good player that I think is tough to reintegrate into an offense mid-season.
Yeah.
I think he has a skill set that works with, specific circumstances, and I don't necessarily know what Portland is going to look like when they add him back into the mix because they've kind of got a good thing going with the Jeremy Grant, Jrue Holiday, the sort of three-way situation going on. And I
Yeah.
think when you add Scoot into that, along with like Shaden Sharp making sure he gets his buckets, which like he's been playing pretty well recently.
Yep.
Um, I think it's hard to reintegrate a high volume good player back into.
No, I agree. Um, but I guess where I was going with that is like because you're right, it is very difficult, and especially he's coming back from. I don't know when he's supposed to be back, but he'll be coming back from a torn hamstring, which for a player like him is
Right.
a tough one to come back from, and like I don't know where you put him because like Denny has been phenomenal, Jrue Holiday's been phenomenal, Shaden Sharp's been phenomenal, like, and those are like the three guys where it's like they play like maybe Denny's I guess more of a forward, but like Jrue Holiday, Shaden Sharp, you're not benching them for Scoot right now, but do you like he still has value as a young asset? So like, I guess I'm asking, do you consider
Yeah.
trading him if you want to try to make a playoff push right now?
Depends on who's calling.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think he's a tough guy to evaluate in terms of the trade market because he is a pretty like high ceiling, uh, low showing sort of guy. Like he's a guy that you can justify trading a decent haul for because it's like, oh, he was second overall pick.
Yeah,
He's shown some flashes, but like I don't think he's shown enough flashes to justify like throwing multiple second round picks in a young player
right.
or like, a first round pick in a player or two firsts. Like I don't know about that. Um, so I think that it depends on the package. It depends on the team. Like maybe, I think Milwaukee could be an interesting destination for him. Um, because that's like the move that they could make that may save them long term with Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if Scoot like really works out long term.
Sure.
Getting a young guard like that has a really high ceiling, like that could be a move where it's like, oh, in 2 years back at that is a move that like saved their franchise,
Right.
or at least saved the Giannis year. And but I don't know. I think he's a player to kind of talk about trading for because he's played so little. Like he played most of last year or all of last, or he missed a little bit of time with like miscellaneous stuff. He played last year as a monolith. Um, so yeah, I think that's an interesting proposal, but I don't know how likely it is that he's actually dealt.
That's fair. Um, All right. Anything else on the Blazers?
No.
All right.
I would like to talk about Memphis.
That was actually the team I was going to bring up. So, yes,
Okay.
let's talk Memphis. What do you got for me?
They suck and they need to trade John Morant yesterday.
Yes. So
Uh,
again we'll do some trade corner talk about John Morant in a future video
yeah.
as far as like specifics. But I want to. So the reason I wanted to talk about Memphis a lot is mostly about John Morant because I think he's obviously a very talented player. There's no question about that. But he has shot himself in the foot a lot over the past few years.
You couldn't have
Because
chosen any different wording there.
oh yeah, fuck. That's a good point. He has harmed his reputation a lot over the last few years. Not only as an injury concern, because he's already missed time this year. He played 50 games last year. He played
Mm-hmm.
9 games the year before that. Which a lot of that was because of suspensions and off the court stuff, which is another problem you have to deal with if you acquire him. But also random injuries, like he, you know, in previous playoff runs. I don't think he's had a fully healthy playoff run since his second year. Like he's always
No.
gotten hurt at some point. And like it's which is a concern for an athletic point guard, obviously, but then also again with the off the court stuff, and then now problems with the team, right? I think going kind of leaving last year, the Grizzlies fired Taylor Jenkins like what 10 games left in the season or something like that, and there wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
whole lot of information out about it at the time, but I was always under the impression that him and Taylor Jenkins weren't getting along, and the front office had to choose between Ja Morant or the coach, and they chose Ja, and I always said that was the wrong move, which we won't know because I don't think Taylor Jenkins is coaching anywhere right now. But like now, coming into this year, there have already been a bunch of reports and public statements from Ja Morant to the press expressing frustration with the coaching staff and the front office and the organization, and like
Yeah.
he's just not playing good enough to be like that. Like he was upset that he wasn't playing at the end of a game that they lost. I forget like which game or whatever, but like he played bad that game. There's a reason he wasn't in, and it's because he was playing bad. Like I have his numbers pulled up right now, and on the season he's averaging 18 points, 8 assists, 4 turnovers. He's shooting 35% from the field, 17% from 3. Like that's unacceptable. And some of that is because of constant injuries and coming on and off the court, but like he's been bad. Like
Well,
and
17% from three. He is a type of player that until he has a 3-point shot, I don't see him as a star in the modern. Like, he's a dude that would have been awesome 25, but I don't see him as a modern engine to a team until he fixes that jump shot. Like,
but the
obviously
thing is, it's
17% is like
been
he's been slumping,
yeah.
but
But like the thing is, in
what's
previous
his best
years,
year shooting? Like 35%, maybe.
um,
Probably closer to 33 or 30.
his best 3-point shooting season was the 21-22 season. He shot 34.4% from three, which isn't
Yeah.
bad. I mean, that's like fine. I don't think that's a
No,
terrible
it's
split.
fine. But like for a guard with a 30% usage rate or whatever he has, you want him to be a minimum 37% shooter at this point in the modern game, I think.
Yeah. And I think part of this too is like again, he's had a lot of reasons that he hasn't been on the court or practicing with the team or whatever. But I also think part of it is that he's just kind of done with this team. Like
Yeah.
I think he is. I mean, I think he said it right. There was like an interview where he was asked if he lost his love for basketball right now, and he said yes, or something along those lines. I don't remember the exact quote, but like he's done with this franchise. I think he needs a change of scenery, and I think the Grizzlies at this point are you're building for the future because Jaren Jackson Jr. I have never thought of as that guy that can lead a team or even be the second option on a really good team that goes far in the playoffs. But like, especially now, if you're trading John Morant, like you have to now use those 4 first-round picks you got for Desmond Bain and whatever picks you get for John Morant, and probably trade Jaren Jackson Jr. and just build for the future because this team is done.
Yeah. I absolutely agree with you. They they're in such a weird spot because I do think that they're well run. Like getting 4 first-round picks for Desmond Bain was a good. I do think that they, have done a good job at roster. Like I couldn't have predicted that this would have be John Morant's like what is it year 5 for him?
I
Like
think 6
or year
because
6? Like
he was 2019. So
yeah, like I couldn't have predicted that this would be what it is
oh,
year
this is year
6,
7.
especially after year 2 or 3. Like
Yeah,
he just looks like he's not good anymore, and it's weird.
yeah. Which like again, and I think that like his I mean for one he's the thing is he's really good. So like when he's fully healthy and fully bought in, he is a really good basketball player. But like if you're a
Right.
team and you're seeing the last 3 years of John Morant, like what is his market? You know what I mean? Like that's a tough because
Yeah.
if you're trading for him, that is a gamble. I don't think you're getting 4 first round picks for John Morant right now. I like
No, I think you're lucky to get 3
yeah, I agree, and that's
or 2 in a pick swap.
yeah. So like I don't know. It's a weird situation in Memphis, and it's very cloudy because I feel like we haven't gotten too many reports about what's going on over there or what the front
Yeah.
office is planning on doing. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that seems like a team that could be blown up by like February, like by the deadline.
Yeah,
Because like with the assets they got for Bane and the assets they could get for Trey J and Jaw combined, they could be in a spot where suddenly we've got like 15 first-round picks over the next 7 years.
right.
With ours combined with the assets we've got, and
Yeah.
that is enticing, I think.
Mm-hmm. All right. One other team. Like, do you have anything else about the Grizzlies you want to mention?
No, no.
All right. One other team I want to bring up is the Utah Jazz, which I feel like it's weird because we're spending a lot of
Oh.
time at the middle to bottom of the West and not like we haven't mentioned like the Rockets or Nuggets at all, but I think they're doing what
Yeah.
we all expected. But the
Yeah.
Jazz are interesting to me because of a few reasons. One, Laurie Markkinen's averaging like 30 some points per game. He's had like multiple 40 pieces over the last few weeks. Like he needs to be traded so bad. Like it's crazy that he's still on this team. Um, but another player I wanted to bring up, and the reason I want to bring him up is because at the beginning of the season I said I didn't believe in him. Keontae George has been playing much better than I expected. He's still got a lot of things to work on. He's still super young. I don't think he's like a star yet, but he's only 22 years old. But this season, he's averaging 22.7 assists. His splits aren't great. He's averaging 41, 28, 93, but he's showing promise as like a guy that can, uh, you know, be an important player on this team going forward.
Yeah.
And I've been very impressed with what I've seen from Keontae George. And the only reason I know that, like, I surprisingly watched multiple Jazz games, which I did not expect to say.
Yeah,
But
I've watched a little bit of them.
I was a big fan of Ace Bailey going into this draft. He was like my guy, and so I've been watching the Jazz to like see if he does like anything. You know what I mean? I'm like a
Yeah.
I'm like a junkie trying to get a fix, but he hasn't been great this year. He's had some decent games. He had a 20 piece a few nights ago against Atlanta, I believe. So he's shown flashes.
Played
of
pretty
being-
well against the Pacers.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
So
game.
is everybody.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah, he had 20 against the Pacers too. So yeah, he's had a few good games. I want to see him obviously be a little more consistent and kind of piece it all together. But because I've been looking for Ace Bailey so much, I've seen Keontae George and Laurie Markkinen kind of play out of their minds.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think the Jazz obviously aren't doing anything, and I think they're going to be worse when they inevitably trade Laurie Markkinen away. But I wanted to shout out those two guys up top.
Yeah.
Any other teams you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, we should touch on the Thunder and the Rock, or the Nuggets and the Rockets.
Yeah.
The Rockets, I'm gonna let you handle because I've been missing a lot of times.
Okay. So I mean, the Rockets have been great. They've been exactly what I thought they were going to be coming into the season. Their offense is absolutely out of this world. Alperen Sengun's been playing amazing basketball. He's averaging 23 and 10, 7.5 assists. I have him in fantasy, so I've been like following him pretty closely. Kevin Durant has fit into this team again perfectly, exactly like everybody assumed he would. He's averaging 26 points per game. He's shooting 50, 40, 89. Like, he's doing exactly what they need him to do, which is score and not really worry about too much else. Amen
Yep.
Thompson's been great. He statistically hasn't really taken the jump that I thought he was, and I think part of that is just that his three ball has not been falling like at all. And so as a
Yeah.
result, he hasn't been like attempting too many of them at this point in the season. He's averaging 2 a game and he's shooting 20%. So like there's that. But he's averaging 17, 6, and 5, a steal. He's still Amen Thompson. He's still really good. I think I was expecting a little bit bigger of a jump from him. One guy I want to highlight because after the first week of basketball, I was really bashing on him. But Reed Shepherd has turned it around over the last
My
few
brother,
weeks
welcome aboard.
and become, dare I say, pretty good. And he's only been getting better. Like I feel like so obviously when I'm traveling for work, working night shifts, I don't get to watch as many basketball games, if any. But like when I went on my work trip, I like would like check Instagram and I was like, oh, Reed Shepherd had like 12 points. He had 14 points or whatever. Like that's pretty good. And then over this last week, I've been like, oh my God, Reed Shepherd has had 20 points. Reed Shepherd had 18 points and he's shooting phenomenally and he's being exactly what they needed him to be. And I'll say it. I was a little premature in dismissing him at the beginning of the season. After 3 games, he's looked great for what I expected from him, I guess I should say.
And you know what happened? Our close personal friend, Amen Thompson.
Yes, who we both
Got
know
it in there. I don't know.
personally, and
I don't. And are good friends with.
yes,
I don't know if you've seen this quote. This was 4 days ago. Rockets beat writer Danielle Lerner. This is a direct quote from Reed Shepherd. Amen told me in the weight room just a minute ago. He said, "But if you take one more dribble when you're open and no shooting, I'm gonna punch you in the face." When fact checked by Amen Thompson, he confirmed I did say that.
yeah, good for him. Man.
So you know what's happened? Reed Shepherd
is scared.
grew a pair. He grew a pair as a as a survival instinct.
Yeah, he was scared of Amen Thompson, so he decided to play better.
And you know what? I fuck with that, and that's real leadership right there.
Right.
From our close personal friend. I saw that quote a couple days ago, like after the first game. I think he had like 18, and he was like 5 of 7 from 3 or something like that. And I saw that quote, and I was like, that is the kind of shit that good teams do. Like having an open dialogue in the locker room like that, where a guy can feel comfortable telling another guy, like, "See, you're better when you're not a pussy." That's important, I think, to have. And the Rockets,
especially for a young guy,
demonstrating
to be able to
that,
respond to that
yes,
with like
dude,
actually
that's
doing it
that,
and
like,
playing better.
That's something that like a 35-year-old, like if I saw a report that Kobe Bryant said that to like Nick Young or whatever in 2015, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. But it's like, no, it's a 23-year-old or a 21-year-old doing this to a 20-year-old.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Like we're looking at like a very interesting dynamic at play here on this team, and I think that might be a big strength for them going forward. Is just that like they've kind of got a veteran sort of locker room already, and it's like all they did was add Kevin Durant, and now all the dudes are like, yeah, I'm 30 now.
Yeah.
Like we
Which
got guys out here.
Is like, I mean, they were one. I think like Amen Thompson is just like he's just him, right? But like Sengun's a veteran. He's been around for a few years. Like this is a team that
he is kind of
won
low key
50 games last year, and like
yep.
should have gone further than they did in the playoffs. But like, right? Yeah, because they were a second round exit.
Yeah, they had kind of a. I forget who they played even. I remember being disappointed and feeling like,
Let me hold on. Let me
but that might
let me
be
pull it up. Oh no,
that
they were
might
a
be.
first round exit. Oh, they lost to the Warriors. That's right. Because
Yeah,
Steph
that's what it
Curry
was.
was playing out of his mind,
They
and
lost to the Warriors in the
they
first
played like
round,
a
and I
young team.
convinced myself that the Warriors could win the championship, and then Steph Curry was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get hurt," and I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, fuck."
But yeah, I mean they lost the young team lost to the veteran team in that playoff series.
Yeah,
But they won 50 games and like I don't know, I think now you've added Kevin Durant and the expectations have kind of build up, but like the guys are ready, like they stepped up. And the thing is what I like about this, and I think everybody kind of had the similar idea when that Kevin Durant trade happened, is that like they didn't have to like change their style of basketball really. Like they're the best rebounding team in basketball, which they were last year. They're still a top 10 defense, which I think they were last year. Like there's obviously some growing pains and you're seeing a little bit more ISO ball now that you have Kevin Durant, but like they're playing the same game that they played before. And you're not seeing the ball being taken out of Sengun's hands a bunch because you have all these mouths to feed. You're not seeing like Amen Thompson being forced
right,
to like sit in the corner because Kevin Durant's got the ball or whatever like that. Like it's been a
right.
very clean transition, and
Yep.
I mean it works. Like they're exactly what I was hoping they would be.
Yeah, there have been none of the growing pain. Like you mentioned all of the stuff that we were talking about. Oh, maybe this will be maybe a problem, and like none of that. It's November, and none of that stuff has been a problem. And like if you don't start off the season with that stuff being a problem, it doesn't usually develop into one.
Right. And
Like
especially because like Kevin
unless
Durant's
you got
not,
a bunch of big like egos, but like they
which they
don't.
don't
They
have.
like
Like Kevin Durant's just going to
Kevin
show up and hoop.
Durant's the future Hall of Famer there, and like they might have two or three other guys that it's like, all right when it's all said and done in 20 years maybe, but like
Right.
none of that shit's set in stone right now, and Kevin Durant's the only one. Like when you add like a for example Kevin Durant to the Warriors, it's a little bit of a different dynamic. But when you add Kevin Durant to this team, it's like all right, they won 50 games, they lost a series they probably shouldn't have lost last year, and they get this veteran presence now, and they're a complete team.
Yep.
And they were already good last year.
Yeah. Right. Which again, I think we were both coming into the season had the same impression of like regular season they'll probably be about the same. The Kevin Durant
Yeah.
acquisition was for the playoffs because that's where they really struggled last year with their half court
Yeah.
offense as the game kind of slows down and is officiated a little tougher and you know.
Right.
But yeah, Rockets have been phenomenal. And next up, the Denver Nuggets, my sweet boys over in Denver.
Oh, those darlings. Oh,
I
those
was
sweet boys.
I love them, man. They're awesome. Nikola Jokic, like he's probably gonna get a statue in Denver when it's all said and done. I'm hoping by the time he retires, I have a house. We'll see how the United States economy is doing. But if I do have a house at the time he retires, I will build my own Nikola Jokic statue as kind of a lawn decoration.
Right.
Because he's just
Well, you
so
could do that when you're renting.
it might be frowned upon, is all I'm saying. Because
Life-size Nikola Jokic in the front lawn.
No,
Your
just have it in the
landlord drives
hallway.
by and they're
It's
like,
just
"What the? Is that a guy? What the fuck?"
it'll just be in the hallway next to my door in my apartment building, just kind of standing there ominously. Um, but he's, we're an hour and a half into this recording, so I don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking MVP ladder. But he's like kind of far and away the MVP for me at this point.
Oh,
He's
for
averaging
sure.
29, 13, and 11, 2 steals a game. He's shooting 67. Fuck. God damn it. He's
Six,
shooting
seven.
he's shooting 67.2% from the field, 42.6% from 3, 87.5% from the free throw line, and he has a 14.25 box plus minus. The only two players above him are Jalen Green, who has played one game this entire season, and Kevin Porter Jr., who plays like 5 minutes a game. and also hasn't played like at all this season. So like for players that actually have played more than one game, he is. I mean, he's the best player in the world. Like I don't know. And
Yeah.
Jamal Murray's been playing well. He last year was kind of a down year for him statistically. He's bounced back. He's putting up 22, 5, and 6, 46, 34, 93 splits, doing exactly his thing. Aaron Gordon has been absolutely phenomenal this season. He's the guy, like we've always, I think even like back in 2021 when we were doing this podcast, we were like, Aaron Gordon is the perfect complementary piece to Nikola Jokic, and now on top of everything, he's
Yeah, and
shooting
he's like a different
47%
player
from
now.
three. Like it's he's a sniper.
Yeah, we were talking about like 2021 Aaron Gordon.
Yeah,
Man,
who
this
is
is an
like
awesome piece.
yeah, who can dunk
And it's
real
like,
good
oh
and a
yeah,
good cutter. And now he's
it's like,
averaging
oh
20
yeah,
points
that
per
guy
game
added a
shooting
40% 3-point shot.
yeah.
Fuck.
So
At like 32 years, like that's the craziest part. You have
right.
the Brooke Lopez jump.
Yeah. And I think Cam Johnson has been underwhelming to say the least.
A little bit, yeah.
Which I think, to be fair, it's a difficult transition to go from the Nets to the Nuggets, and I'm hoping
Right.
he figures it out. But like Tim Hardaway Jr.'s been phenomenal. He's shooting like 50% from three or something crazy on like 5 attempts a game. Jonas Valanciunas has been exactly what the Nuggets needed in a backup center. I think if we get to a point where Cam Johnson is hitting his shots and is playing, normal Cam Johnson basketball, this team is unstoppable. Like they're crazy.
I agree. Yeah, I think that they are, like we kind of talked about the Eastern Conference threats. They are a legit scary team in the West, I think, for Oklahoma City. Like
Well, they went to 7 with them last year.
Yeah, like they're one of them ones, I think. And, this year's Oklahoma City might just be different. Like they might just be another year stronger. Sometimes you get the championship win and it, adds more,
Right.
a little more swag to
Yeah.
your play. And, that could be, the difference this year. But Denver could just be really fucking good and take them to 7 again and maybe beat them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're awesome. They're currently losing to the Bulls by 10. So that's not
Yeah, not going to win them all.
great. Right.
Also, they could win this game still.
Holy god damn it. Nikola
10 minutes left to
Jokic
go in
in
the third.
31 minutes has 25, 16, and 11.
Yeah, dude. He's...
Oh, Cam Johnson's
Gosh.
playing well. He's got 16. He's shooting 45%. There you go.
Yeah. All right, we calling it?
Yeah, I think an hour and 37 minutes is plenty.
Yeah. I got to throw this ball for this dog.
Got to go entertain the dog.
I'm charging it up.
Well, we got to end this quick. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for some trade corner talk at some point this week.
Yeah.
And
Are we gonna try to record that like tomorrow? I think. Or no, Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yes.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'll try to put this out either today or tomorrow, but should be soon. But yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.